kept you going? How did you get through those first 30 days when you're like, man, I feel like I can't fully do these workouts because of my shoulder? Or is this really worth it? Or any of the mental baggage that might come up for so many of us when we're trying to make a change? What was that? What was the mentality of that early period in your journey like?
So in April, I started the program wholeheartedly. My wife gave birth in May. So my wife was, every day I would see her and I would like, there's my motivation. That little guy that's inside of her is my motivation. I had to find something to stick to, because working at home during a COVID environment on top of a pregnant wife, remote learning, which is essentially teaching, homeschooling, and also doing actual school curriculums, it is not easy. And it was not easy whatsoever. So I was working out. There was probably about a 10-hour time frame where I would figure out just a way. I'd get it in there. I would get it in there. And I just had to. And my wife knew it. And this was a huge discussion that we had to make as a family, to be able to have that full support from her, knowing that the timings may not be ideal, but I got to get it. I need to do it. I need to set myself up. To me, there's always been the 3-month magic mark. If you're able to do things consistently for 3 months, they become second habit. And it's really true, because even as I was thinking about this interview, and I started to go back through my old documents from that first month, my mission statements, what were my goals? What do I want to do? I'm like, all right, I did want to do that. Well, I did it. And then some. So the first month, it was just, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Yet it was difficult because of the family setting in our situation. And it was more than difficult. It was horrendous to try to get going and set up a clean routine. But not just the workouts, trying to eat without disrupting our family, trying to include my family without forcing things on them so they don't think, oh, dad's just obsessed. Oh, this is just a fad. I'm not interested in a fad. I'm not interested in just jumping on something, then jumping off. That's why, to me, even the word diet, I love that. It was one of those things I loved. I'm reading your meal plan. This is not a diet. It better not be, because diets don't work. And I'm like, well, there you go. He just said it in his meal plan. It doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work. You're not changing your lifestyle. You're not including something you can do for the rest of your life. I really, really was motivated to make and transform this. And every time I'd watch my wife walk by hobbling around, 7 and 8 months pregnant, my motivation was there. Every time I'd watch my kids, and what they were doing, and they're looking at daddy, the way they're looking at daddy, sweating, dripping. You say, Daddy, why do you have so much water coming off of you? It's like, you're drenched. You're absolutely exhausted at the end of this. And I was hurting. And I started using foam rollers, and I have green tea every day. I do morning body flows every day, and I've altered a lot. And what I love about this is none of this is set. You provide the guidelines and the recommendations, and it really is up to you on how you implement it, And to me, I'm just like, I love that, because the more and more I was going through it, I was adjusting a few things without taking away from the program.
Yes.
And it was just like, wow, this is so much fun.
Yes.
And I just lost 21 pounds.
Right. The joy comes from building your own health system, like this self-experimentation. Like with our program, the way we created, as you're kind of alluding to, it's structure, but it's kind of like you build your own adventure. And that's your health plan, Andre, is yours. Like you've taken full ownership of that. You have the right eating plan that works for you. You have the workouts that work for you. And that's why this thing's not a diet or a fad. It's your own unique system. And that's amazing.